Hello everyone. Today I came with a new topic, placental abnormalities. I'm Jitiani Thomas, working as a tutor in Trippuram College of Nursing. What all are the objectives of this session? At the end of this session, you will be able to know define placenta at time, mention the functions of placenta, define placental abnormalities, elaborate the pathogenesis of abnormal placentation, explain about all types of abnormal placentation. The introduction. The human placenta, it is discoid because of its shape. The placenta is attached to the uterine wall and establish connection between the mother and fetus through the umbilical cord. The human placenta developed from two sources. The principal component is fetal, which developed from the chorion frontosum, and the maternal component consists of decidua basalis. The placental development begins at 6th week and is completed by 12th week. How the placenta look at term? It is fleshy, it weighs about 350 to 500 grams, is almost a circular disc with a diameter of 15 to 20 centimeter and the thickness of about 3 centimeter at its center, and it feels spongy. The proportion of the weight of the baby being roughly 1 is to 6 at term and occupies about 30% of the uterine wall. It presents two surfaces, that is a fetal and maternal and a peripheral margin. 4 by 5th of the placenta is of fetal origin and 1 by 5th is of maternal origin. What all are the functions of placenta? The main functions of the placenta are transfer of nutrients and waste product between the mother and fetus. In this respect, it attributes to the following functions, that is respiratory function, nutritive function and excretory function. And the next is the endocrine or enzymatic function. Placenta, it is an endocrine gland. It produces both steroid and peptide hormones to maintain the pregnancy, and it acts like a barrier and immunological function. These are some of the functions of placenta. What is the definition of placental abnormalities? Placental abnormalities, it is refers to marked variation including anatomical, physiological and abnormal implantation of placenta that may lead to serious placental maternal fetal effects. This is the definition of placental abnormalities or abnormalities of placenta. So there is a marked variation that is anatomical or physiological and or abnormal implantation of the placenta. You can see a normal placenta here. Most of the placenta is either round or oval. What is the pathogenesis of abnormal placentation? It is due to implantation in areas of decreased uterine perfusion or lateral implantation in between anterior and posterior walls of the uterus with one lobe on the anterior and one on the posterior wall. This is the pathogenesis of the abnormal placentation. Sometimes it is because of the implantation in areas of decreased uterine perfusion or sometimes lateral implantation. What are the types of abnormal placentation? There are many types. We will see what all are the abnormalities. Bilobed or placenta bilobata, placenta sexenturata, placenta membranacea, ring-shaped placenta, placenta fenestrata, extracorporeal placenta, circumvallate placenta, placenta marginata. These are the types of placental abnormalities. We will see one by one. The first placental abnormality is bilobed or placenta bilobata. Incidence is 2 to 8% of the placenta. It is also known as bipartite placenta or placenta duplex. Rarely, placenta may develop a separate and nearly equal sized disc. The umbilical cord is attached into a connecting chorionic bridge or into an intervening membrane in between the two placental lobes. The placenta containing two or more lobes is rare and is called as multilobate placenta. In this picture, you can see the bilobate placenta. Here, you can again see the bilobate or bipartite placenta and multilobed placenta or tripartite placenta. The next placental abnormality is placenta sexcenturata. The incidence of this type is 5%. The small accessory lobes develop at a small distance from the main placenta. It is twofold increase in twin placenta. Accessory lobe may be retained after delivery causing PPH. Accompanying vasa previa may cause fetal hemorrhage APH. If the communicating membrane do not have vessels, it is called placenta suppurea. Okay, this is about the placenta sexcenturata. In this picture, you can see the placenta sexcenturata. There is a separate or a small lobe separated from the main placenta. Okay. Next one is the placenta membranacea. In the placenta membranacea, the placenta is unduly large or thin. Sometimes it is large or sometimes it is thin. The placenta not only develops from the chorion frontosum but also from the chorion so that the whole of the ovum is practically covered by the placenta. May be associated with placenta previa or accreta. This picture also you can see the placenta membranacea. The fourth type of placental abnormality is ring-shaped placenta. The incidence of this type of abnormality is 1 into 6,000 deliveries, that is in annual. Maybe horseshoe shaped because of the atrophy of the part of placental ring. Complete ring of placenta tissue may be present, may be associated with APH, PPH or IUGR. This picture you can see the ring shaped. The fifth type of placenta abnormality is placenta fenestrata. It is one of the rare anomaly. It is due to the missing of central portion of the placenta disc. Clinically may be mistaken as if the central cotyledon is retained inside the uterus. But there may be an actual hole in placenta. More often the defect involves the bilious tissue and the chorionic plate remains intact. Clinically, it may prompt a search for the retained placenta. This picture you can see there is a central portion is missing. The sixth one is extracorporeal placenta. Extracorporeal placenta is another type of placental abnormality. Chorionic plate, that is in the fetal side, is smaller than the basal plate. So the membrane are not inserted at the periphery of the placenta. These may be fibrin deposition in between the membrane. They may be folding of membrane, that is circumvallate placenta, and the placenta circummarginata, there is no folding of membrane. These are the two types of extracorporeal placenta, circumvallate placenta and circummarginata. Here in this diagram, you can see the circummarginate and circumvallate placenta. There is a folding in the circumvallate, but there is no folding in the circummarginate. What is the circumvallate placenta? There is a fetal surface has a central depression surrounded by thickened gray-white ring composed of double fold of chorion, amnion, degenerated decidua and fibrin deposit. Large vessels terminate at the margins of the placenta when seen from the fetal surface. While looking at this picture, you can see that the placenta or the circumvallate placenta. What all are the risks of circumvallate placenta? That is APH, fetal hemorrhage, placental insufficiency or perinatal mortality, placenta accreta, ingreta and percreta. Abnormalities are serious variations. Trophoblastic cells invite the myometrium to varying depths. Here you can see the placenta ingreta, placenta percreta and placental accreta. What is placenta accreta? It is account for 75 to 78%. Placenta attached directly to the muscle of the uterine wall. That is the placenta accreta. Placenta ingreta, it is account for 17% of the cases. Placenta extend into the uterine muscles. And placenta percreta, that is 5 to 7%, placenta extend through the uterine wall of the uterus. That is the placenta percreta. So these are the placenta accreta, ingreta and percreta. The next we will see some of the placental infacts. 2 by 3rd of the pregnancies are complicated, result from the occlusion of maternal vascular supply. Principle of histopathology features are fibrinoid degeneration of trophoblast, calcification, ischemic infarction from adhesion of spiral arteries. This is one type of placental infarct. Here you can see the placental infarct very clearly. A small infarct may be of no consequence to the fetus. But if more than a third of half of the placental parenchyma is infarcted or lost in some fashion, then the blood supply to the fetus can become severely compromised and fetal demise may occur because of the placental infarct. What is a placental calcification? The small calcareous nodules or plaques frequently observed on the maternal surface of the placenta. We can visualize in the ultrasound after 33 weeks of pregnancy. More than half of the placenta have some degree of calcification within increase until term. So in this session, we dealt about the placental abnormalities. We've seen that what all are the placental abnormalities. There are 7 main types of placental abnormalities. Placenta bilobate or multilobed placenta, placenta succenturator, placenta membranosa, ring-shaped placenta, placenta fenestrata, placenta extracoriolis, circumvallate placenta, and placenta marginata. And then we've seen that the placental infarct and placental calcification. So I hope that all of you have some idea about the placental abnormalities. These are the references of this session. Thank you all for listening to this video.